Brothers, in order to achieve greatness, you have to stop thinking like the common man. And I use that word a lot, man. I talk about greatness all the time. And when I say greatness, again, I'm not talking about having to be the next, MLK or Michael Jordan or Kanye West or Elon Musk or Zuckerberg, right? When I'm talking about greatness, man, I mean you're a man that's always reaching toward your highest version at all times. And that may be, you may be the first one in your family to go to college if a degree is what you want to do, right? You may be the first one in your family to break generational curses. You might have a long line of men that were just stuck on the bottle, drinking every day of their life, man. You may be the one to break that and do something great in life. You may be the one to break a drug habit, or the men in your life have always had to, lay hands on a woman, and you're the one that's breaking that generational curse. You know what I'm saying? So when I say greatness, I'm talking about you're just moving to your own rhythm, man. You're creating a whole new world, a whole new existence for those behind you. You may be the one that says, like, I don't want to work in a plant for 30 or 40 years of my life, man. Like, I want to be an influencer. I want to be a pastor. I want to go into the arts. I want to sing. I want to, you know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about greatness, I'm just saying you're going towards your highest version, brothers. And I'm telling you this. There's no way around it. You can't achieve that level of greatness thinking like the common man. And the reason I want to talk about this is because a comment that a brother made on the last video, man. And I appreciate the comment, brother. Brother's name was Compensatory 21st, right? And he says, Immortal Minds, you must ignore my comments on purpose, which I don't. This is my first comment seeing yours, brother. But I will go back and check the rest. He says, a lot of these videos you put out has good knowledge in it, but it's not practical. But you have to understand this, brothers. Like my objective is not to teach you how to be practical. My objective is not to teach you how to master the mindset of the common man. But my job is simply to show you who you are.
Who are we? We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are powerful beyond measure. We are creators of our own realities. We are immortal mind. Immortal mind.
Is it not written in your law that ye are God? You understand what I'm saying? So this depends on what law you at this point, brothers, I'm sure that I'm starting to sound like a broken record, right? But I'm gonna tell you this, brother. It doesn't matter what area of life you're talking about. Like, I don't care if it's relationships. I don't care if it's your money. I don't care if it's your health. I don't care if it's your mental status. All roads lead back down to knowledge of self, man. All roads lead back down to self-awareness. There's no way around that, brothers. There's a brother I know, man. Brother Wesley. Member of the Power Circle, man. Owner of W&M Dirt Works in East Texas. One of the best to do it. Construction company. And I love hearing this brother talk. On one hand, I love to hear this brother talk, man, because he's from my home area, East Texas, man. And I'm telling you, it's very rare that you can talk to somebody with that old school Southern drawl, East Texas voice. You know what I'm saying? Just hearing that brother talk, man, you can smell the pine trees. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, like, hearing that brother talk on a regular basis, it's like I can always consistently hear him finding more awareness of self. More awareness of self. And I did a video about this brother, I want to say last November. I can't think of the name of the video, but I'll leave a link, man. And I was talking about when I first met that brother, man. And long story short, I can just remember when this brother went through the transition of thinking practical, went through the transition of thinking like the common man and started stepping into his greatness. And I'm telling you, man, to see a man elevate so far and so fast, brother, is just astounding, right? But long story short, because y'all can go back and watch the video, like, if you're familiar with East Texas, man, you know, you have the oil and gas industry. You also have the mine industry, which is what Brother Wesley was a part of, right? For years. And the thing is, the mine fields, man, have always been very lucrative, very good for a man to raise a family with. But everybody knew, you know, even going back to 20 years ago, everybody knew that at some point these mines were going to dry up, right? Even 5 years ago, you know, everybody was talking about, hey, these mines are going to go away at some point. Well, at some point, Brother Wesley saw the writing on the wall, man. He was like, you know what? Life is good now, but at some point in time, things are going to be different for me, right? So he started to think. What if? You know what I'm saying? Like, he started to think like, what if I started to, you know, stand on my faith? What if I actually believe that all the things that I could possibly pray for will come to be? What if I start to think that this God that I've been serving and worshiping my whole life, what if that God does exactly what it says it does and is exactly what it says it is? Like, what if I move in that energy, right? So long story short, because y'all can watch the video, Brother Wesley went out on a limb. Stop thinking so practical. Stop thinking like the common man and saw himself as moving great, right? Brother started his own construction company. And in the very first week, the brother saw what most people would say is a miracle, right? But like I always say, there are no such things as miracles, man. Only higher levels of understanding. Long story short, man, this brother's life just changed, man, almost overnight. New home, family is happy, you know, plots of land, more equipment. And just, I heard the brother talking last night. Brother's just talking about expanding. He's hiring people and just making different moves and seeing himself as man, it's just a beautiful thing, man. And it's just like that all starts when a man understands that he's a part of greatness. That greatness is a part of him. That the possibility of all things are within him, man. So going back to what you said, brother Compensatori 21st, right? Like my messages aren't for, my messages aren't to teach men to master the art of being common. My message is strictly to show brothers who they are, show us who we are, to show us so that we can tap into something deeper. To be the common man, all we have to say is, hey, you know what? Be a good man, go to school, pay your taxes, go to work. To be a common man, it's like, hey, you know what? Find you a beautiful wife, have 2.5 kids and a dog and a picket fence, man. Like life is much more than that. Yeah, achieve these things, move in the right manner. But at some point, brother, you have to see yourself as more than a common man. You have to see yourself as you did when you were a little kid, man. You have to see yourself as that superhero, brother. You literally have to see yourself as that superhero in your mind, meaning you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, man. And I'm telling you, the only way you can get there is to stop thinking like the common man. It's to stop thinking like the common man. And when I say the common man, it's not necessarily talking about one mindset. But again, like most people, all people are a product of their environment. So when you look at the people in your environment, you have to say, you know what? This is the status quo, man. This is the life of the common man. Let me go above and beyond this. And it's relative, man. For example, I can remember when I lived downtown Dallas, brother. And I used to go to this McDonald's down there all the time, man. And around that McDonald's, lots of homeless people. And you could just see the homeless gazing in the windows at the people, whether they were customers or whether they were working at McDonald's. And they were looking at the people that were frequenting McDonald's, looking at the people that were working there. Just for example, looking at the people that were back on the fries. And the homeless man that's living on the streets, that's day-to-day, no food, no drink, just trying to make it work. He's looking at the man that's going into work every day, flipping burgers, dipping fries, saying, you know what, like that's an achievable thing. Like that's achievable. Like I could do that and have a roof over my head, have guaranteed food every day, have shelter. But that's not really practical. Like the people I hang with in my circle, the other people that are homeless, like we don't really move like that. Like it's possible, but it's like such a rare thing. When the brother in there flipping fries is like, you know what? Like this is normal life. So it's all relative, man. At the same time, the brother that's dipping burgers and dipping fries every day, he's seeing the corporate team come in once every couple of weeks or once every month in their suits and ties. And he's saying to himself, you know what? Like, that's achievable. Like if I put the work in, I could see myself, doing the whole corporate America thing, being a bigger hammer to swing within this company. But you know what, man? It's not practical, man. Like I look around, man. I see Betty on the fries. I see Jim back there making burgers and sacking things up. Like this is my status quo. This is my new norm. The same token, brother, you got people coming in corporate America suits, and they're saying, you know what? They're looking out the window. They're seeing the man come in every day, with shorts and T-shirts on because he's an entrepreneur. He has no boss. And the man in corporate America saying, you know what? I want to be an entrepreneur. But it's not my norm. Like I know if I swung for the fence, I know I could do it. But look around me. I'm hanging around with people in corporate America, man. We don't think like that. Like that's not practical. The new entrepreneur looks at the millionaire looks at the millionaire like that. The millionaire looks at the billionaire like that. So what I'm saying is, brothers, it's all relative. So you have to look at the circle of people around you. You have to look at the environment you're raised in and say, you know what? This is my status quo. Like these are the common men around me. And I have to go above and beyond that if I want to achieve greatness, man. I'm telling you, brother, that there are no ceilings. And lifting that off your mind, man, and understanding that there are no ceilings, it's not a switch. For some, it may be. For some, it may take you years to just unravel, all the conditioning that's been put in your mind, brother. But I'm telling you this, you can't continue to think like the common man and strive toward greatness, brothers. You have to separate yourself, man. You have to separate yourself, And that's just a lot of that is just simply taking moments of going into silence a day, a week, or whatever, man. Just take a few minutes, man, to go inside and look at yourself outside of yourself. Look at the way you move, man. Look at your habits. Look at the people you hang around. Look at the things that you're doing on a regular basis, whether it's daily, that you know are keeping you from doing a certain thing, getting to a certain goal. Because you know what it is. We all know what it is. When we all see ourselves doing that thing of greatness or going to that next level, we're consciously aware. Most of us are consciously aware of the things that we're doing that are keeping us from there. It's just separation, man. Separation from those that are commonly thinking like that, man, and achieve greatness. And this is something everybody can relate to. Everybody has that neighborhood group of guys that y'all grew up, most of y'all all grew up together, had certain mindsets, had certain goals. And at certain points, man, some brothers just start breaking out. Some brothers just start moving different. Everybody start going their own ways. It's about breaking that mold, man. It's about breaking that mold, brothers. It all comes down to awareness. So yeah, being practical is not who we are. I'm not even speaking to the men and women that desire to be practical. And again, it's not about having a certain amount of money. It's not about having a certain amount of XYZ. It's about you achieving your greatness. And once you find that self-awareness, you understand that your greatness may look different than somebody else. Somebody else's greatness might be opening up their own community center in the hood and forming a basketball team, man. Like that's a level of greatness. Some men's vision may be to be the next MLK. They want to speak at the Washington monuments and move lives. Some people might want to show people how to build financial wealth. Some people might want to show people how to buy and flip homes. That's greatness, brothers. Whatever it is, man, I'm just telling you, you have to stop thinking like the common man and achieve it. And it's that's just a matter of stepping into it. It's just a matter of stepping into it, brothers. Think about this. If we talk about this all the time, if we are fully aware, think about this for a second. If we are fully aware that our thoughts put into the ether, whether you want to call it that thinking stuff from Wallace Waddles, or if you just want to call it that God energy of the Kabbalion, if we are aware that our thoughts put into that ether is what forms our world, brother, there's not too much more you need to know than that. If you can understand that, stand on it, believe in it, have faith on it, and exercise it, what can stop you? What can stop you at that point, brothers?